Hey guys, it's Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Dairoku. We're going to start skipping everything because we're starting Sammy's route today. And I just want to start off again by apologizing for the last part. But, like, the bad end and then the friendship end are just so long. And they, like, I want to say they add nothing. A little bit, but mostly nothing. And when we do bad endings and normal endings, it's usually like, oh, there's a little something different, and they might have a little thing in here, but it's not. We're reading all the same information again as if it's the only ending in the game. And there's something about the ones in this game that just... we've been 40 minutes? 40 minutes to get a bad ending. Again, I mean, I said it. I appreciate that they put a lot of effort into each ending and made them long and substantial, but they're not really substantial though, because the bad ending is just, it's there as if you were writing a story and you didn't know, do I want to do A, B, or C with the endings? I don't know what I want to do. And then you just decided to put them all in. Imagine if Clue took 2 hours to go through each of the, or it could have ended this way, endings, right? I mean, technically, when it was originally released in the theaters, you watched the whole movie and you didn't know what ending you were going to get. But, like, if you're watching it on DVD or streaming it now, because, it's long past the 80s when it was originally released, right? You see, it could have done this or this. Imagine if you had to go through the whole you're like, I've seen all, like, oh my god, what? To get to the ending. That's basically how this feels. And I can't, like, I love this game, I really do, but the endings kill me. Because they're so long. And they add nothing. They add like 90% nothing. The 10% like, oh no, this is so tragic. Or, oh, okay, that was cute, we're friends now. They didn't need to do what they were supposed to be doing. What are we doing? Oh, we're doing, X. Trying to think and look at this at the same time. You know, so, but I didn't mean to get so frustrated, but I think, again, I wasn't that into Shu. We never really see him. Like, I really like the idea of his backstory. Okay, hello, I'm pushing the button. Would you keep going? God. Is the frickin'... Oh, my sound is up really motherfucking high. Like, this game... I gotta be honest, the background music in this game is so motherfucking high. I think it, like... No, go away, Norton! God! Like a clingy fucking ex-girlfriend. Jesus. Not that I know, because I don't have ex-girlfriends, because I'm not into chicks. But, like, yeah, I'm just, like, what the fuck? I mean, case in point, we play these games, and I'm falling over these freaking bastards, right? So, anyway. But seriously, stop being so clingy, Norton. But, yeah. So, Sammy, like, because I think I was doing really good with the other ones, like, they're really long, and why are they so long? And it's just Shoes was like, oh my god, stop, I can't handle this anymore. I might also not have been in the mode to really record. Because by the time I get to I love this game, but by the time I get to the end, I'm like, we're done, right? Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because there's, like, not a lot of substance, which is fun. But then when you're doing an ending, you're like, why is it 40 minutes of nothing? All the same stuff I already know. It just, I don't know. There's something about that just rubs me the wrong way, so... I did not handle it well. But for Sammy's, we might go through the bad ending and be like, you know what, it's 40 minutes. We're just going to do a separate part for the other one because I can't sit there for an hour and a half doing it. Or I will just record one part, record another part another day, and just edit them together or something. Because I can't sit there for an hour and a half reading endings that are basically what we just did in the past 7 hours. Like... It's just weird because, like, you know what I mean? Like, normally you'd be like, oh, yeah, no, put a lot of effort in. They put a lot of effort in, and I am not appreciative of it. Which is just me being a bastard. Okay, we are absolutely supposed to... Yeah, okay. Oh, right, this is the one where we just visit everybody and... Okay. So a lot of this is going to be skipping, but that's fine. We're used to it. Well, this is all the same because we skip everything. The only time it's different is when we're going down their route. So we've done all the options now. So... why is this place like a maze? So the only one that's going to be different is... we do it here. I guess it doesn't matter what order we do them in, but I'm just going to do it in the guide order because otherwise I'll get confused. Bring a souvenir to Hira. That's what we say. Just want to point out again, because I'm sure we've said it before, but Takao is Kaito Ishikawa, who is Dante in Pio Fiore. And Marius in Tears of Themis. Although, to be honest, in Tears of Themis, I have Marius on Korean, where everybody else is in Japanese, because there is just something about the voice that Kaito Ishikawa gives him that's just irritating. And, like, don't know what it is. It's just like that kind of like, there's something about, it's a grating voice. And I'm like, no, you didn't do this with Dante, you motherfucker. What other, he was somebody else too. Why can't I think of it? But anyway, I'm curious as to what he did with Takao, because I love Takao. I'm just saying. So like, I was trying to think in my head. It's like, oh, I can't even think of his name right now. But anyway, sometimes you're like, oh, that's a sexy voice. And other times you're like, why do you sound like an asshole? Like, it's just, there's some like voice actors that are really good at doing like the kind of like, you're like, it's a little gravelly or great. There's something about it that you're like, I don't know. No. I don't know. He just, anyway, let's look. No, we're going to go see Shu. Yos. It's like Shu's route wasn't bad, but I think I just wasn't very, I was like, okay, whatever, sure. I kind of feel like I felt the same way about Hiro's route, though. Like, I didn't want to record his bad endings, because, like, I liked his good ending, but then the bad endings just being so long and drawn out and everything just sours me on all the routes. I'm like, I don't know why. Like, I really want to appreciate them and be like, damn, look at the effort you put into making these endings, like, almost an hour long. But then another one is like, but again, it's only like 10% different, and I already know all this. You're not... I mean, I guess it's a little bit better than, like, when you go through an ending and then you're like, if I did talk, and then it's like, and then he stabs you, and then you're dead, and it's like 3 lines, and you're like, okay. I mean, that's why sometimes they have, like, quick bad ending, but, like, I just don't want it to be as long as it is and tell me the same thing 40 times. Which I just said 40 times, so, like, because I do that, and it's annoying, so... Anyway. Talk! Cool. This is different. You both seem like you knew each other from a long time ago, Seimi, Akuro.
Seem? We're like the best of friends. Isn't that right, Akuro?
I'm not going to be able to do his voice this whole time. It's going to be hard. Indeed. Tokitsugu has been my drinking buddy ever since he came to Sakuratani. Drinking? You guys hang out often? I love this. Yes. He vents about work a lot. I can't wait till Seimi looks gorgeous with his eyes. I'm getting too excited.
He also vents about being an assistant. I like how he has to clean up after Hojun's shopping and Shuten's mess.
I see. That actually makes a lot of sense. I'd only known Akuro for so long, but it was easy to tell he had a lot to do. Especially because he used to be the Shirei and then he got demoted, and they never explained that. Really? I mean, hey. Anyway. I didn't know you vent about work, Seimi. You never look like you're stressed over anything. That's not true. And Tokitsugu's quick to notice details, which often leads him to frustration. Really? You said before that it's a pain getting around Sakuratani, and that you had to handle everything. You even said that you couldn't help your subordinates because of your duties. Then again, you might have been joking.
Hey, I wasn't joking. I am a squad leader, you know.
Huh. I guess Seimi has problems all his own, just like anyone else. She's like, no. You don't want to believe it. You're like, wait, what? Huh? This may have been a valuable story. That is kind of like a cute little thing that you, like, because you're only, if you're just observing them, you're just like, okay, you talk to them and you're like, Sammy has problems too, like a real human. Aw. Falsely accused. Hey, boyfriend. I'm kind of excited about this because I love Sammy. I do. So, we're going to do our best not to get mad about it. Pace myself? I don't know. Although, this is going to be difficult because I have to, in this route while we're doing this, normally... Oh, here we go. We're done! We're basically going to Sammy every time now. I have to do... Because timing is weird and where I am in both of the games that I'm recording right now. I'm going to have to record like a part or two of this and then go to that one and come back. So it's not going to be like I do the full route. It has been messed up the last like month or so with like, okay, we're in the middle of this one, but I got to start a new one. But then I still have to come back because then I don't want to get too behind in this one. And then it's like, so maybe that'll help. Because then I'll just be like, okay, we recorded the good end. I'm going to go record a part or two of the other one and come back in a day or two. And then maybe I'll be like, oh, it's like playing the game again. You know what? I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be better or worse. We'll see what happens. But again, if I feel like in Shu's route, I was getting very frustrated already. It was like, we're 40 minutes in and we just finished the vet ending. I should have been like, stop recording. Come back later and put them together. But I did. I forced myself through it and I was like, why won't this end? So that's on me, you know, to set my own expectations, to know that they're very long and I don't really look forward to the bad and normal endings that much in this game. I don't want to ruin myself on this game or you. So I will do better. Or not. Who knows? Anyway, I'm gonna try. Anyway. All right, that should do it. I looked over at my investigative report on the daily lives of Ayakashi I had written over the past few days. That was rough since I'm not used to writing these. If a normal operational report was a journal, this would have been an essay. The duties of an Ayakashimori aren't just patrolling Sakuratani and stopping trouble from happening, like fights or mischief making. We create and maintain registries of Ayakashi homes and their members, and we're required to record any details about them and their lives. I knew we'd have a lot of things to do, but I didn't think we'd be asked to have so many different roles. It was worthwhile, but there's so much to learn and things we had to get used to doing that my brain felt like it would short out at times. Me every day. Fucking stop it! I'm sorry, but if you're paying attention, you would see this CG. And if you're weren't paying attention, you know there's a CG, so you won't pay attention to it now. Why is Sammy wearing glasses? You know, I don't want to know. I love it. Stop it. Okay. I don't recall him ever wearing glasses in any of the other things I've seen. See, it's like I know. Spacey knows. Somewhere deep down inside, we know the glasses wearing motherfucker, and that's why we're like, Sammy's my favorite. Wait, you mean he's like our boss? Oh, he's not even one of the Ayakashi? That's not fair, but like, okay, whatever. It's because he's wearing glasses, son of a bitch. Oh, God, if I didn't love him before, I do now. Oh, it hurts. It hurts. It's so beautiful. I can't stand it. If you haven't seen, like, any of the other playthroughs or you don't really know me, I'm a whore for the men in glasses. Also for Jun Fukuyama, which is why we love the Chief so much. Because, like, I really should have turned everyone's voice off but his and been like, you're going to have to read his lines yourself. We're going to have to listen. Trust me, I will be going back through this game later at some point and just listening to every line out of his fucking face. I go in Tears of Themis and just poke Vin often just to hear Jun Fukuyama speak to me. I don't even care what he's saying. I don't even care that I don't understand. It's all typed out so I can figure it out. But, like, still. Just like listening to the man speak. Anyway. But, like, you just put... Wait, why can't I... Oh, that's this... Oh, here we go. You put Sammy in glasses. Stop. I'm gonna cry. I'm so happy right now. Oh, stop. Okay. Alright, I'll keep going, but I don't want to. I just want to stare at this fucking CG.
Understood. No problem. I'll make sure to take care of the rest on the end.
I raised my head towards Sammy with the receiver on. on one ear, deftly sorting through documents piled on his desk. Oh, I love him so much. Wow, he really is impressive. I know, right? He's wearing glasses. I'm never gonna get over it. Okay. I'm not sure what's better. Sammy in glasses, or that sex and sprite we got of him in Monox route. Now, but wait, I know what you're thinking, and I know what you're saying, and I'm there with you. We're there. We're on the same page. That sprite, but with glasses. High five! We were thinking the same thing, and yes. But if they gave me that, I might actually have a heart attack and die. I'd be happy, but I'd be dead. Literally, not even joking. I would probably actually die. But you know what? I'm willing to take the risk. So game, I'm gonna need you to get on that. I'm sorry, but I can't. Anyway. When I first arrived here, I didn't know what Sammy did, but as I learned what the job was, I understood how amazing he was. He really is. Mention the glasses. No, don't leave me! Sammy does an hour's work in 5 minutes. He even completed a 3-day report in 2 hours. I understood there was a gap in experience between us, but even so, Sammy was amazing at the job. To see how he could get through such an unbelievable amount of work without his accuracy or speed dropping at all awed me. Okay, you know what's funny about this? Wait. So she's being very like, oh my god, he's really amazing. And you're like, girl, you're already falling for him. See, it's because he's fine. Anyway. But it just kind of dawned on me. Like, it hit me, like, in the back of my mind. Somewhere's processing and is like, okay, wait. So in the future, like, think about every other route. Oh, yeah, we talked about so-and-so. They're like, wait, do you have a crush on him? Oh! And Sammy and Yakumo seem to know him. We're like, what? Yeah, I mean, I do. They seem to either know right as we figure it out. Like, the second we figure it out, all of a sudden it's like, wait, you have a crush on so-and-so? What? Like, they're figments of my imagination. We're dead. We're in a fucking coma somewhere. All right, it's the only way those motherfuckers know what the hell's going on in my brain. Sometimes they figure it out before me. Okay? So, like, I'm really curious how this is going to go, because there's no way Sammy will not fucking know that I'm in love with him before I know I'm in love with him. He's going to be like, nothing. Where he's going to be smirking at us. We're going to be like, what the fuck is so funny? Nothing. And he's just going to, and then all of a sudden be like, oh my god, I think I'm in love with Sammy. And we're going to be thinking that, and he's going to be like sliding right up into us and be like, I knew you'd figure it out sooner or later. Because this man's motherfucking psychic. I'm just saying. If he doesn't have psychic powers, then he's just, I mean, he could just be really observant. Like Sherlock Holmes motherfucker. Which is also could explain why I like him too. I don't... Did somehow I know when I looked at the character, I was like, he's going to end up with glasses on. And I totally forgot about the whole, like, eye closing thing. I forgot about that. Like, that usually means you're shady and you're probably going to try to kill me. Maybe not try to kill me, but he's definitely shady. Him and the chief are like 2 giant fucking willow trees of shade, okay? There's a lot of fucking shade going on between the two of them. I am here for it. Anyway. I can't wait till he knows we're in love with him first, though. That's gonna be fun. There's no way they could write it where he's clueless. Come on. He has not been clueless in any other route. So I'm not gonna believe he's clueless in this one. I did my best, but I'm not sure it's good enough to submit. Maybe I should look over it again. Ah, I see. Just submit it. Ask Yakumo to look it over. Oh, okay. All right. I was thinking you're like, after we looked at Sammy and then we're like, I don't know if it's good enough. It's like, don't ask him. Because we know, right? Oh, he works so hard and blah, blah, blah. You know what? I don't want to put that burden on him. But, ask Yakumo to look it over. It might be a good idea to have Yakumo take a look at it. It's my first report, so I should have one of my seniors take a look at it. And you're not relying on Sammy to do it, because he's got enough work and you don't want to burden him. I was instructed on how it should be written, but I was still unsure about what I actually wrote. Hey, I turned my seat to talk to Yakumo, only to find him glaring at his monitor with a look of frustration on him I'd never seen before. He looks like depressed puppet face right now. Why does Yakumo always look like puppet? Something about his nose. No. At this rate, Sammy will... Why is he giggling? I thought he was frustrated at first, but now he seems really happy and even started laughing? Unable to call out to him as I sat there watching Yakumo, unable to say anything.
Spacey, don't expect him to be of any help.
Sammy, who I thought was turned to his own desk, had at some point moved to stand next to me. He just slid up next to you because he's like,
You were thinking I'm amazing, weren't you?
you know, sometimes I don't like it when they make the menfolk always have an upper hand on you. But in this case, I'll allow it because it's pretty much Sammy's character. Always have the upper hand on everybody.
Oh? It's your report, huh?
Sammy picked up the report on my desk and began to flip through it.
What? You seemed so anxious looking over at me earlier, but this is pretty well written.
He even noticed I was trying to talk to him. I could have sworn he was engrossed in his call. He knows everything! See, this is what I'm saying. He can't not know that we're in love with him before I know we're in love with him, because the man knows everything. He's doing 15, he's on a fucking phone call, he's typing up shit, he's also writing with one other fucking hand, and yet he still knew we were looking at him. I'm just saying, the man's doing 42 fucking things. He's still gonna know we're in love with him before we do. He knows we're in love with him right now. He's like, you are so about to fall in love with me. It's probably gonna take a couple weeks, but you'll get there. He knows! He knows! He already knows. Are you an Ayakashi too, Sammy?
Huh? What's this nonsense you're talking about? I'll have you know I'm a normal human being.
Oh, and that just makes me think you're not a normal human being. You might not be an Ayakashi, but you are far from fucking normal. Well, you seem to get through all those documents while on a call, and also see what I'm doing. I wondered if you might have another eye hidden under your gloves or something. Ooh, he does have his what's it called that can see everything. That also explains a lot. Wait a minute. Are you spying on everyone at all times? What the hell's it called? You know what I'm talking about. Because yeah, that like, in Akuro's route, they're like, alright, I'll set it out to watch everybody. It's always on! Sammy, what the fuck? You can't nanny cam everybody? Oh, well, bravo to you if you are.
Of course I don't. What are you talking about? And if I were hiding an eye under my gloves, I couldn't see you looking this way, right?
Yeah, I suppose so. Although you're always wearing gloves, and now I'm suspicious. I'm just kidding.
In any case, I'll take this. I'll read over it more carefully later, and let you know if any fixes need to be made.
Okay, thank you very much. I was relieved that he accepted it at least. So why shouldn't I go to Yakumo for help?
Well, that's because Yakumo's reports would all be a bad influence.
A bad influence?
I can't say I'd recommend depending on him for any clerical or investigative reports.
So what do you mean? Could it be related to how strange Yakumo acted? I quickly glanced over, and Yakumo, who was so full of smiles just earlier, had another look of despair on him.
Take a look.
What Sammy handed to me was the report detailing all the activities of all the Ayakashimori. 1 a.m. began patrol at Makatsui, no apparent trouble, finished at 1:45 a.m. Relocated to Amatsuna. 2:10 a.m. arrived at the field. This all seems pretty normal, so what's wrong?
Hang on there. Just read a bit further.
His face is so beautiful right now. Okay. Which also makes it funny, you're like, wait, what? You seem very much at peace, and I feel like this is not what's gonna happen here. I flipped the page and continue as Sammy suggested. 3 a.m. began patrol around Kikutsune. My heart beats just from looking at the townscape. I can't help but try and look for Kinka. I knew when it said, began patrolling around Kikutsune, and then there was a sentence, I'm like, oh no. I thought it was gonna be worse than this, but... Huh? I think I just read something I wouldn't expect from an operations report. Yakumo, could you look over my report? Yeah, 7 out of 10, not enough Kinka. In my surprise, I ended up reading further on my own in silence, when Sammy peeked over at the log only to read it aloud.
I thought I wouldn't be able to see her today, but Kinka actually came up and talked to me. I'm so ecstatic I could just cry. I wonder how I can get closer to Kinka. I want to become the kind of man she always enjoys being around.
And this explains why Sammy knows exactly what Yakumo wants, because Yakumo writes it down in his fucking reports like he's writing it to his diary. Oh, you know what? I almost kind of I know that this one has a little bit more plot kind of stuff, like, or whatever, and it was recommended last. There's a part of me that wishes we had read it first just for this, but I'm also glad it's kind of last. Minus the finale route. Oh, because I just kind of want that little bit of insight into Yakumo, but...
It's tough getting in between two girls. Good luck with the new rival, buddy. I told you! Please stop Huh? Tokitsugu! Shh!
I see. Everything finally came together for me. So Yakumo likes Kinka. That's right, she doesn't know that because it's the beginning of this round.
Sure, it's fun to read, but even if you start writing your documents like this, I think I'd actually start to get worried.
I won't. I don't think I could imitate this even if I tried. I don't think I could imitate this if I even tried. I wouldn't phrase it. I would have said even if I tried. That's how I would naturally phrase that, but still doesn't matter. Anyway, same difference. Could you imagine? 1:15 a.m. Handed my report to Sammy. He complimented me, and then we laughed at Yakumo while I just stared at how heavenly he was. I'd say into his eyes, but his eyes are always closed. I think he might stab me. I'm okay with this.
Yeah, true. I guess only Yakumo's capable of this. So, I guess that makes him talented somehow. Nah, no way.
He's right. Only Yakumo could write that report. I'd never be able to write a report like that.
Hey, Yakumo? So, how's the report going for tomorrow's submission?
Huh? Yakumo, who seemed engrossed in his work, gave a loud yelp as Sammy disrupted him by calling out from behind.
Right, one of them's already done getting help from Shiratsuki and the other Kitsune...
Oh my god, I can't read this right now. Ugh.
Right, one of them's already done getting help from Shiratsuki and the other Kitsune to report on Kikutsune. And as for the other one... Yeah? On the other one? About Kinka!
Yakumo's eyes wandered in his embarrassment, and his gaze fell into the report I was holding.
Wait! Spacey! Why do you have that, Spacey? We were reading it together. Just to say, hey, don't write any reports like this, okay?
We're using it as a training exercise, Yakumo. This is kind of like when the company makes you go to like sexual harassment seminars and they're using you as examples. Did you ever see Criminal Minds? The episode where they like have like the sexual harassment seminar and they're like, don't go like a baby girl and chocolate thunder, because they're basically like taking freaking like Morgan and freaking and Garcia's like things back and forth, and Garcia's like, like they're not calling them out, but they're using their things, so that she's freaking out like, oh my god, what the fuck? This is like this scenario right here. We're like, don't do this! And Yakumo's like, what? Shit! But the thing is, Yakumo, you put it in a public report. This is not private messages back and forth that somebody in HR decided to read. You know what I mean? Like, you know, because technically if you have instant messaging or anything at work, they can read your shit. So, like but Yakumo, you put this in a report. It's different, but it still gives me those vibes, and it's hilarious. Anyway.
That's so mean, Tokitsugu! You promised you wouldn't show anyone else! I promised no such thing. Although I do recall saying that we could never show it to any of the higher-ups.
Oh my god. He's like, so that means the chief doesn't know? Oh, he absolutely fucking knows. We're besties. I showed it to him, and I showed it to Akuro. We all had a good laugh. I'm just imagining.
Oh! I didn't even read the line when I was thinking that.
We can never show it to the higher-ups. You know he gave it to the chief, right? He literally just admitted it. I didn't see that. I wasn't looking at the line that popped up. Oh, that's... okay.
Oh, but I did have Itsuya read it.
Tokitsugu! Yakumo, he's so honest. So I guess any operational reports that involve Kinka turn into love reports. Thinking how endearing it was, I did grow just a bit curious about what was in Yakumo's next Kinka report. The Kinka reports. You know what? I kind of almost wish there was like a little freaking side story at the end that was like the Kinka reports, and you could just read Yakumo's fucking Kinka thoughts. I'm gonna guess. Yep, we stay here. We never leaving Nakakuni ever again. About families. Hello, I'm back.
Hey there.
Back from my patrol, I saw Sammy, who seemed to be just staring Oh, just starting his break and had a bento laid out on his desk. Oh, that's unusual. This is the first time I've seen you bring a bento with you. Did you start cooking for yourself?
Nah, today I stopped by my folks' place before work, and my little sister forced this on me.
Oh my god, Sammy has a... I mean, I knew we know he had a brother, but then he's like, Sammy has parents. Oh my god, I need to meet your fucking parents. You always kind of think of... Most of these boys don't, like, I'm trying to think of ones where it was like, oh yeah, my family, where they talked about their family. I'm literally just like, do we have a game where we know anything about their families? Do we have any one of them? Like, and like, Sammy's parents. What? We need to do this. I need to go. I need to meet your parents. I met your brother, which is one thing, but like, you got a whole fucking, literally a Sammy squad. Oh my god. Anyway. Oh, I didn't know you had a little sister, Sammy.
Yeah, I do. Oh, and a younger brother. He's not in the 6th, but he's in the special agency.
Oh, that's true. We haven't met him yet either. Oh, really? More and more things I didn't know kept coming up. Well, I don't have many opportunities to hear about Sammy's family, as he is my superior. Is your sister gonna join too one day?
Who knows? She's still in high school, but she was always imitating me and my brother in the past, so it is possible.
That's like my family! Or, no, I don't think that's like my family. You know what I mean? Do we know we have any Didn't we have a grandfather? Did we talk about that? Like, I don't even know our own family. I know more about Sammy's family right now than my own. Wait. I just forgot all that from the prologue. Anyway, you seem close. You seem so close. Do you enjoy the idea of working with your siblings?
Happy, huh? I never really thought about it. Just being born into the Sammy family, or fated to bear the burden of Ayakashimori or the like. The same goes for my little brother and sister, so it's possible we'd be at the same workplace. Well, bear the burden seems a bit serious, huh? Still, it's not like we hate doing this work.
Is that so? Well, you don't, and maybe your brother doesn't, but your sister might. You don't know.
Of course. Although if I had no skill for this, and my family and parents still told me to do it my entire life, I'd tell them to screw off.
I love you, Sammy.
But I like training to be an onmyoji, and I'm thankful for being pointed in a direction that gives me a chance to use my abilities.
There was no hesitation in Sammy's voice, and I could tell that that was what he really thought. That's wonderful. As someone from an ordinary family, I didn't even imagine how that kind of situation could be such a hassle. Listening to you has helped me rethink things.
Your family may be normal, but you're pretty special to me.
I know that's not what you meant. Like, you're special to me. It's like, you're pretty special to me. Not like, you know what I mean? You're pretty special in the scheme of the universe. Not, you're special personally to me in my heart. I want you to mean the latter, and eventually you will, but I don't think that's how you mean it, but still. Makes my heart skip a little bit of a beat, Sammy. Just saying. Huh?
You were special, so that's why I convinced you to not be just a regular government worker and brought you all the way here.
Oh, well that. But it's, see, he's like, yeah, you were special. That's why I brought you here. And you're like, oh. Of course, she's not like me where I'm like, I'm in love with you. She hasn't figured that out yet, so. She's like, oh, I'm a little crushed. Oh, well, that. But it's not like I have anything else special about me. I was just born a normal person.
Right? Well, that's exactly what I mean. My birth doesn't seem remarkable to me, but it just so happens my family is what it is.
I see. Sammy did have a point, and I considered how I thought of him and his family as special for their abilities, but still thought of myself as normal. I don't mean to pry too much, but since we're on the subject, what's your father like, Sammy?
My father? Why are you curious about that?
Is he as hot as you? I'm just saying. Is his hotness run on the dad's side of the family? Because, like, I don't know. I'm just... Older Sammy, glasses, I'm just saying. I just want to know if your father's hot, because that's what you're going to turn into when you get older. I'm just trying to see what we're working with here. They're not going to give him a Sprite, which is good. if we ever get to meet him, because I'm just saying they'd have to make him hot like Sammy, but like older hot, and then you're like, wait, I might have daddy issues now. Well, I was just wondering if he was like you.
What do you mean, like me? Well, he's serious about what he does. Passionate might be the word.
Passionate?
Right. He quit after I took his place, but he was an Ayakashimori in the past. Atsuya actually used to be under him, and... Wait, never mind. I think we've chatted for a while now. How about we get back to work, huh?
He's like, oh, and then... Wait! Too much information! Back to work! Let me in, Sammy! I'm banging at the windows! Clawing my fingers under the door like a cat. Let me in! Anyway. Okay. I answer and hurry back to my desk, opening up the file of the report I was writing. And after reading back what I had written yesterday, Sammy will be in charge of the family someday. And he'll quit being an Ayakashimori that day. I knew I had to focus, but the questions I had still hung in my head. I shake my head to cast all those questions off of me and get back to work. Well, see, that doesn't make sense. Like, oh, his father is the head of the family. Well, yeah. And then he quit and Sammy took over. Okay, but like, this is basically almost like the family business. You know what I'm saying? So like, what? Sammy has kids and then he's like, oh, I gotta retire now. My kid's in the job. Like, that doesn't that weird? The thought process is odd. You know? Like... Because it's not like, oh, wait, I have a family, so now I can't also have a job. You know what I mean? It just almost seemed like I'm not sure how that... I haven't quite worked through that in my head, I guess, to where that makes sense. But anyway. I'm gonna guess we're gonna stay in Nakakuni and see Sammy again. Map select. Yep, I would 99% bet we are, staying here. Man, we never leave the motherfucking office. How are we due to get our job done? I've been writing this fucking report for like a month. Live training. As I came back to the Nakakuni office. Are you sure you're okay? Or are you hurt anywhere else? Okay, we haven't read this yet. I'm fine. I'm sorry to make you worry, considering I was the one who made a mistake. No, there's nothing for you to apologize for. In fact, I should apologize I couldn't support you well enough, even though I was there. If Tokitsugu finds out about this, I just know he's gonna lecture me about it.
Hello.
I was like, wait, what?
Hello! It's Sammy. I'm here to lecture you now!
Ah! As we walked, Yakumo nearly fell over in surprise at seeing Sammy, who suddenly appeared before us. You knew exactly, like, when he was like, oh my god, if Sammy finds out! And it's like, you wanted him to be right behind him. Finds out what? Just whispering in Yakumo's ear.
You're too focused on one thing at a time, and never pay attention to your surroundings, which is why you're always surprised.
Yeah, you're exactly right! Wait, were you watching her fight with the... Iton Momen from afar, Sammy. I swear to God, Sammy's what's it called is out there. Why can't I think of the word? But you know what I'm saying. It's out there watching everything at all times. That's how we know. It's fucking nanny cams. Jesus, Sammy. His nanny cam. What is it called? Why can't I think of the word? Anyway.
No, I wasn't. What? Did the Iton Momen get angry at someone again?
Yeah, or something. Yes? Some children were playing around with it as it slept, and it went into a rage when it woke up. I was nearby when it happened. I panicked when it wrapped up the children to stop them.
Couldn't restrain it, huh? You should have been able to restrain something like an Iton Momen with your abilities, though.
But she was able to use her spells after I arrived. It's just, when I was fighting with him... Oh. It's just, when I was fighting it with my doctrines, a tree branch flew toward her. I don't know why I can't read today. Yakumo, it's okay, really. It was just a light scrape. He's like, you have a tree branch impaled in your chest. Yeah, I'll be fine.
You should be able to bat away a branch or two using a protection circle, or Koya, right?
Yakumo's fears were well-founded. Sammy fell right into lecture mode. Still, I'm glad. The one getting lectured wasn't Yakumo, but me. This was all because of my own mistake. I didn't want to get Yakumo involved in this any further. Don't be so hard on her, Tokitsugu. You're just an exceptional case when it comes to being an Amioji.
I'm not comparing anyone to myself. I'm talking about how it's an issue that Spacey didn't do what I know she's capable of.
Oh, he looks so mad. Oh, are you going to train us hard? I hope so. He was right. Sammy would never compare others against his own abilities. He spoke without any anger, completely collected. This is how we fall in love with characters. We've done this before in other games. I won't mention them. But there's one in particular I'm thinking of where you're like, I know you're... Well, in that case, Sammy actually likes us. But in those ones, it was like, I know you hate me, but you're going to have to train me. And then you're going to fall in love with me just because I'm charming. You know, that's what's going to happen here. I know. And he's like, we're going to have special training, you and me. And you're like, all right. And then you're like falling in love with each other as you do it. Yeah, that's fine. That's actually why I can't argue back. I can only regret how incapable I am. I'm sorry. I apologize, not being able to say anything else, and Sammy tilts his head in worry.
You don't have to apologize to me, you know. I'm worried about you as you are now, and... Oh. I just had a great idea.
A great idea?
Yep. A really great idea.
That just jumped fast.
All right. Now then, how will we get this muck battle started?
Now I'm fighting Sammy for some reason. After the incident yesterday, I braced myself for something to happen after just being told to keep my day off open. I mean, like... Great idea. Yep, a great idea. And then bam, here we are. Okay. Anyway. For something to happen after just being told to keep my day off. Okay, never mind. A mock battle? There's no way I can win, Sammy. Do you just want to beat me up? Yeah, it shouldn't be a mock battle. Train me, damn it. Not what I was thinking.
Of course not. What the heck are you talking about? Come on, just call Koya out.
All right, Koya, are you ready? I call out to Koya, who appears reluctantly, then disappears after a moment.
Huh. That pride of yours is the same as ever.
What the hell happened there? As he laughed, the man in Japanese clothing I saw at my interview appeared behind Sammy. Okay, yeah, I was gonna say there was like a weird glitch where like the screen went black, but you could see like almost smoke behind him.
Although I'm calling this a battle, I didn't say we have to go all out on each other. You just need to try and catch my Shikigami.
Or Shikigami, that's what it is. Okay. So this is practice for me? It's interesting because I don't know if we necessarily knew or I forgot. I mean, I remember in the very beginning we saw that dude and then Sammy was there and we were like, and he's like, and we were like, no, we don't see that man. I don't know if we knew that that was Sammy's Shikigami. Did we ever find that out or did I just forget that point? Anyway. So this is practice for me?
If you can, that'd be fine. But I don't think that'll be happening. There's too much of a gap between our experience level as spellcasters.
As Sammy spoke, the man in the kimono, his Shikigami, ran off all of a sudden, and I saw his figure shrinking further and further away. Wait, we're already starting?
Of course we are. Come on, don't just stand there. You're not going home until you catch him.
Right, Koya! Already listening in, Koya chased after him faster than I could command him. Koya stayed invisible, but a fierce wind that cut through the air sent piles of dried leaves on the ground up in the air.
Yeah, your page really is amazing. It's hard to imagine how you could have struggled with the Itan moment at all, you know?
No, I'm sure that he's doing this on purpose. I couldn't stand by and do nothing, seeing how he was making fun of me. Koya, chase that Shikigami over here! I call out to him, and showing himself, the normally cold and aloof Koya offers a small nod back at me. It seemed like he was able to guide the Shikigami well, and it ran back this way as I ordered. Now! Apprehension! Thank God I don't have to fucking click buttons. The Shikigami cuts across right in front of me. I bind its body with an apprehension spell. I did it! I rushed over to the Shikigami that was now toppled over and was in the middle of securing it so I could shove it right into Sammy's face. Yeah. What? However, countless pieces of paper shaped like people stuck into my arm and I couldn't move it at all. Sammy, what are you doing all of...
What do you mean? You're helping out Koya, so I'm just helping him.
What? That was my own lack of ability, but with him helping now, there was no way I could catch it.
Don't worry. You won't have to deal with Ayakashimori one-on-one in a fight too...
Oh, Ayakashi, sorry.
One-on-one in a fight too often. Look around you and see what your opponent's next move could be.
Alright. I thought I had it, but I guess I still wasn't even close. Koya, help me, please. As I pretended to be shaken by Sammy's comment, I call out to Koya in my mind. Koya stole the talisman from Sammy's pocket and instantly ripped it up into shreds. Talisman. That's a new one. Do we? Let's see. Oh, charm. It's under charm. Or we didn't read charm. Well, anyway, charm. I know if blessed by a Buddhist saint. It usually is the name of a god or an incantation written upon it. It's possible to steal away an Ayakashi with these, similarly to an Ofuda. I don't know if we read that one. Well, we're missing 1, 2. No, that's what it was, because it's not talisman. Interesting. So, it's almost like somebody did the dictionary, and somebody did the game, so they were like, oh, talisman, but then it's not really under talisman, so you would have been like, I mean, at least you saw it under new, but that's interesting, like, oddity. Anyway. I can move now! Ha! Gathering my focus again after that interruption, I cast my spell into Seimi's Shikigami on the ground in front of me, and in the next instant...
Yeah, not too bad. Very impressive of you to try and trick me like that.
As I heard Seimi, I fell over into the space where the Shikigami should have been moments before. And of course, with nowhere to go, my spell turned into fog and disappeared into the air. Huh. What? Why?
That means your binding was weak. Only natural that your captive escapes if there's an opening.
Next to Seimi as he spoke was his Shikigami, who had completely gotten out of my spell. No! However, I now understood Seimi's position. This time I'd be going at it as if I were in a real fight. Let me have another try.
Oh? I thought you'd get down on yourself. But did I just make you even more motivated?
And here I thought you wanted to teach me.
I am making an honest effort, okay? Seriously, would you understand if I told you that you're properly using Koya?
No? It was pathetic, but I just didn't understand.
I do applaud you on how in sync you and Koya were in chasing down your opponent. But the reason why it got away was because you tried to do everything on your own.
Oh!
You don't need to make that face. Yakumo had a rough time with how to use doctrines when he first joined. Even I failed countless times.
You failed a lot too, Seimi? I said a few times! No, he said countless.
Yeah, like 3 or 4 the first time I tried, and then I was good.
Asshole.
What exactly do you think I am? It's normal to fail, trying something out for the first time. What do you think would happen if you just dumped a kid who couldn't swim into a pool?
Well, if they were you, they'd probably swim fine. I'm just kidding. They'd drown. Please don't actually do that.
It's just an example, dummy. Normally you'd put their heads underwater, get them to float and practice kicking.
Right, you'd let them practice first how to move around in the water. Oh.
Well, that's what I mean. You've barely started moving around in the water, and now you'll practice swimming over and over again.
Everything takes practice, huh?
You have what it takes, so I know you'll be a great spellcaster if you keep practicing. So, your butt's gonna get cold if you sit all day.
With his comment, I finally realized I was still on the floor after I let his Shikigami escape. Ow. Right as I tried to stand up, a pain shot through my right ankle, and I couldn't stop my voice. I love that. Like, oh, I fell down. Oh my god, I twisted my ankle. Why do we always have to hurt ourselves so easily? Why are we always so dainty?
Ow?
How cute. There was a roly-poly deep in the branches there.
There aren't any roly-polies in Sakuratani. You mean an Ayakashi roly-poly?
Yeah, something like that, I guess. Alright, let's go then. I pretended I was fine and forced myself back on both feet, but then... my ankle, I twisted it. It seemed I injured myself when I fell earlier. What timing. I was just about to get more training from Seimi. I had a cold sweat from the turn of events and the pain, and I just couldn't stop panicking about what he would do if he found out what happened. He's not stupid.
Maybe I was too hard, so don't worry about it. So with that said, let me take responsibility and carry you somewhere where you can get looked at.
Carry you somewhere you can get looked at. Wow. Right. Of course he already knew. Yeah, I mean, seriously. There was no way I could have fooled Seimi trying to play it off like I did.
Alright, here we go.
Okay, wait, what? I thought Seimi would stop walking, but instead he knelt in front of me so he could pick me up. Oh my god, I love... Wait! Bearing the pain on my bearing the pain on my foot, I try and back away in a panic, but Seimi frowns.
Hey, come on. Carrying someone like this is tough if the person you're holding won't cooperate.
No, wait, I'm fine, really. You don't have to do that.
I mean, you're in a skirt. Not like I can give you a piggyback ride.
Just do what he says. Just do what he says and let him carry you. Oh, no, okay. Lean on his shoulder. I think I can manage if you just lend me your shoulder.
Oh, okay. Here you go, then.
As he replied, Sammy offers his shoulder to me. If I can get just 2 steps closer, I can grab his shoulder.
See? You can barely stand anymore. Seeing how you are, I don't think you'd be able to walk even with my arm.
Yet again, I had no means to argue back. Oh my god, is he gonna pick me up? Okay, if he's carrying me, I need a CG. If this is the case, I just have to give in. Alright, go ahead.
You should have just said so in the first place. You don't like to play nice, do you?
I still can't argue back. Still, I'm sure Sammy wouldn't actually have had to carry any of his other subordinates like a bride. I don't know, I really kind of want to see the CG of the time he had to do it for Yakumo, because you know what happened.
Alright, ready this time? Hup!
Ah, yeah, there we go. There we go. That's what I needed. Oh, Sammy, you just need your glasses on. I love the fact that he just wears his glasses as they're just reading glasses when he's doing desk work. It's hot. What actually surprised me was how easily Sammy lifted me up. Or was it an act, and was I actually too heavy? Is he trying to act tough? She probably weighs like 4 ounces. Jesus.
Hey, you're thinking something rude about me, aren't you? I am a man, you know. Lifting a single girl's no problem for me, okay?
No, that's not what I was thinking.
Well, good thing I was your partner, huh? Yakumo might have barely been able to do this.
Actually, can I please be put down?
Of course not. If you're frustrated about this, then polish up those skills as a spellcaster.
That has nothing to do with our situation. I felt like it didn't, but it was true this wouldn't have happened if I were more proficient at using spells. I'm frustrated, but maybe this will be good motivation to get stronger. I think it's so funny. I twisted my ankle because I suck at life. I mean, that's how it feels, but like, can you imagine you just like trip and then you're like, man, if I was good at math, I wouldn't have tripped and fallen and broken my ankle. Like, I wouldn't have twisted my ankle if I was good at spells. I mean, sure, if you were good at spells, you wouldn't have been in the mock battle to where you twisted your ankle, but there really isn't correlation, not causation. You know what I mean? Like you could have been out there, like, having a fun picnic and stood up wrong, and then you're like, man, if fucking picnics. Like, so weird. Oh, anyway. As Sammy carried me, I had a lot of time to wallow in my embarrassment as well as my frustration at not being able to win against him. We always have to be carried by one of our boys, don't we? I'm just saying. This is kind of up there with the frickin' Hakuoka girl just falling off fucking cliffs all the time. I fell off the cliff! How many times, girl? Seriously, why are you useless? I want to be mad. Like, why do you keep hurting yourself? But you know what? We get the menfolk to carry us, so maybe you're doing it on purpose. Hold on. We agree with the chief this time. Okay, again. Boo, 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 doo, ba, doo. About the abnormality. Oh. A welcome party. Yay! Oh, the chief and Sammy. Oh.
Oh, well, that's right, isn't it? I take the best care of my people, it's true.
You know, it would seem a lot more genuine if you weren't talking about yourself. The truth is, when Sammy helped me during training, I knew I could count on him. I'm glad I ended up having such a good boss. Then, of course, he does stuff like this. Togitsugu doesn't need to act cool in front of us. I mean, everyone out there already thinks he's cool anyway. Right, and I think that I think that he thinks it's cool to not be labeled as cool. That's so complicated.
Everyone's got opinions, don't they? Okay, next question.
Everyone's got an opinion. I mean, yeah, wasn't Captain Obvious? This is exactly the type of conversation Sammy wouldn't miss out on. Oh, are we teasing Yakumo? Oh, this is talking about Kinka. Okay, right. Okay. This is exactly the type of conversation Sammy wouldn't miss out on. He should have known that whispering about this wouldn't be good enough. But I guess we all appreciate Yakumo for his earnestness. And then we're all talking, and we say everyone here, yes. Which we did once before, maybe to get a different ending. I don't know why we did that, but... Skipping, looking at Sammy. Isn't he pretty? We get to see him a lot this time. Because we're never going to introduce ourselves. Oh, we were just talking about that. His brother. Hello there, I'm Spacey Akitsu. Your brother's been a real big help to me. I don't know why I actually waved literally in my thing when I was saying, oh, hi! I'm like, why am I waving? Every once in a while when I do certain voices, I do like... When we're doing the Lupin voice or the Shiratsky voice, I always have to do hand flares. I talk with my hands. When I do that, it helps me, like, be the character. But I don't know why, I just felt the need to wave to Samy's brother. That was fucking weird, but anyway. Sammy, you and Tokitaka are really close. He seemed very kind. It's weird that there's just random lines, but you get it. We just met his brother. We've done all that before. What are you doing, Bird? Can you need my headset? Stop. Shiratsky. Like, it's extremely hard to do his voice if I'm doing his voice without doing the hand gestures. But it's so much easier to do it when I'm flailing my hands, being fabulous. Just helps emphasize what I'm saying. By hand act. Think about it and decide later. Fine. Why don't you just pat my tail? Can I? Do. Let's see how long this one is. Oh. Senior. During one of my breaks on a particular day, let's see, the Ayakashi who lives in Makatsui, 1st District, house number 2, is Rokurokubi. And its trait is that its neck grows, so it's a giraffe. I didn't even need to read this to know that. So, they also like to keep clean at... Huh? Their head falls off on occasion? Hey! So why are you neglecting your lunch like that? Huh? I raised my face after being called and saw Sammy with his lunch and an exasperated smile. You can work or play during your break, but what you're doing doesn't count, you know. Oh, sorry, I haven't memorized all the Ayakashi's names that live in all the sectors. Both you and Yakumo have memorized them, haven't you? I saw that Yakumo was also eating his lunch, raising his head from his bento box to answer me. Yeah, I guess so. Wait, are you trying to memorize it all by looking at the data? Huh? Yeah, I am. You must be the exceptional student type who worked hard for high grades, huh? No, I don't really consider myself exceptional. You always say things about me like that, Sammy. I mean, compared to me, you're the exceptional one here, don't you think? Not at all. I'm not exceptional. Just a genius. Modest, too. She's like, okay. Oh? Are you doubting me? No, I'm not. I just can't believe you said that about yourself. Exceptional students have top grades and high skills, so I can't say Sammy doesn't fit that label. When he calls himself a genius, it's actually not exactly a lie. Even I have to agree with him. When it comes to casting spells, at least, it seems he really is a genius. I've heard talk about that from Ayakashi and humans, and even experienced the intense gap in our instincts during that mock battle. In any case, it's nonsense to just memorize information and names about the Ayakashi. For example, if you worked at a school, could you memorize all your students' names, grades, interests, and personalities before you met them? I probably couldn't. Right? We do monitor Ayakashi and how they live, even finding out what sort of things they talk about, so I get your curiosity. I understand how you feel, but relax. That one Ayakashi aside, the best you can do is learn about them from real, genuine connections. In fact, it might be better if you only look them up after you've gotten to know them a bit. I'd want to know them better, right? I see. Sorry, Bird, but damn. Wow, I was completely convinced by his argument. Oh, that takes me back. I heard that from Sammy when I was still training and had yet to become an Ayakashimori. Huh? Sammy, were you in charge of training before you were appointed squad leader? Yeah, up until the year Yakumo came on. Wasn't
there an Ayakashimori that did a lecture and went on about being your superior?
There was one, but the person in charge this year talked about something a bit more approachable, like the good restaurants in Kikutsune.
In that session, the lecturer did it on the fly.
I see. Huh. But wait, I wish you would have told me that you just told me what you just told me during my training. In fact, I feel like I was given guidance that actually had a nuance to suggest we review and memorize everything beforehand.
Sammy, your lecture was unconventional, wasn't it? There were points conflicting with normal training content that elicited mixed responses. That sure was fun, wasn't it? But I do suggest you never just swallow up what any lecturer says. Think with your own head.
I take back what I said about you. You were a problem child, weren't you?
Well, who knows? Just call me whatever you want.
I had a hunch that this man liked being called a problem child more than being called an excellent student. Well, not like I'd actually call him that. But why did you stop being a lecturer? Things might have been easier if I had sat in on your lectures.
Well, I did it because I wanted to grab some good newbies to bring on. I found Yakumo and thought I could make my squad at that point, so I quit.
What? You were trying to find help by being a lecturer?
Yeah, and I also helped with recruitment and met you there, so it might be fate or something.
Well, you could call it fate, I suppose. We got into talking about the origins of Samy's squad, which I hadn't known. That said, I'm curious about that one point. He was rough. How rough it was on Yakumo. Sammy becoming a leader. Yeah, Sammy becoming a leader. Well, I guess we're gonna go along. When Sammy became a squad leader, what was he like? Was he just like how he is now?
I guess you could say he's just like he is now. There were still things I couldn't do. That caused a lot of trouble for you, huh, Yakumo?
Things you couldn't do? Causing trouble? Those things don't sound much like you, Sammy.
Huh? Really? So what does then?
Maybe teases people too much?
I worried about that a lot too in the beginning. He at first didn't even tell me I was pulled into the squad because he liked me. And I just couldn't help but think how I was chosen because I'm easy to tease. And I came into the office so nervous every day.
I like you because you're easy to tease. Oh, man! I'm just kidding.
Yeah. That's not completely wrong. I thought, now that's someone I can really tease.
Oh my god, he literally just said what I was thinking. Fun son of a bitch. I just gotta read the lines, because I just think them, and then I look, and I'm like, that's exactly what he's saying.
I was entranced by where he led me, even if it was to dangerous Ayakashi through drinking parties like they're nothing. I even ran around all the sectors looking for my Misamaru because he scared me on how I'd be stuck in Sakuratani forever if I didn't find it.
He's had it rough. Although those were all pranks I experienced as well. At the very least, it wasn't as big of a deal as it was in Yakumo's case.
He was so terrible! I was going crazy! I even went to Chief Tokiwa to talk about it, and then...
And then?
He told me, he seems like a shady guy, sure, but take a look back at the actions he's taken. He seems like a shady guy, sure.
Even the chief thinks Sammy is shady, and the chief would know he's shady.
He did save me from the dangerous Ayakashi. I got closer to more Ayakashi at the party, and in the end, he did look for my Misamaru with me. I realized he actually was a good person, then I started to feel how all those things that are odd about him are actually adorable.
I love the fact that Yakumo thinks Sammy is adorable.
Adorable? Never knew that's what you thought about me, Yakumo.
No, but you weren't really even fazed by Tokitsugu's lies, even in the beginning, huh?
Why is that?
Why, huh? Yeah. I sort of felt he wasn't too bad, really. Even though he teased me, most of the time there wasn't really any harm to it.
So he's nice to you then. Please take care of Tokitsugu for me. He's a great person once you get to know him, and adorable too.
I love that Yakumo is like this right now, oh my god. I'll do my best to look for adorable qualities.
Oh, this isn't bad at all. Getting payback from the juniors I adore so much.
He's not fazed at all. Is there really ever going to be a chance to see him be adorable and vulnerable?
Yes! 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 When we're in love with him! Because he's probably not used to being in that situation.
He's going to be like, fuck, what? He doesn't know how to handle it. I love it.
Whoops! I was so into our conversation I forgot to actually eat. But it's not bad talking about... it's not bad to talk like this between the three of us during our lunch, right?
Right. Sammy convinced me on something yet again. With the taste of my food returning after going through the motions of eating earlier, I felt I was able to properly take my break. Well, I guess Sammy really is a good person after all. I felt myself agree once more with what Yakumo said, although only partially. Only a little! Anyway, that's a good place to end it. We went over time, but I didn't think it was going to be that long. I'm sure we're going to go to Kikutsune and see Sammy, but we'll find that out next time. So anyway, I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.